Once you get your tank drained, if you're going to, I kind of use a hose as a suction to pull out any metal particles from the old pump wearing out. Be sure and clean this O-ring sealing area, drag the particles back away from the fuel tank. Clean that all up from any sand. And apply a thin layer of grease to the fuel pump sealing ring. Slow down the rust on it. If it's too bad, replace it. Once you get your new one, make sure it matches the old one in as many details as possible. But it's got 3 lines on it, and your old one had 3 lines, 2 plug-ins, and the same amount of pins in it. And just generally look it over for problems and wires sticking up that'll get caught on stuff. There's a little something. This wire was touching that arm. May not mean anything now, but it might wear through it later, so it's kind of lifted up for the float. And it has 2 pipes sticking through for the 2 lines down in the tank to attach to. Leave the caps on it till you get it down in there. That hose going off to the side, it's going to be something else to smash that in and get it through that hole. The new pump should come with a new O-ring. Go ahead and slide it over the pump now. Keep it clean. Make sure the sealing area is clean. And any loose debris is away from the opening, because it's going to be a little bit of fight to get it down in there. And hook the lines up. Make sure that the retainers, if any, is still on these. See, that one's popped out. Something else I did, or this was full of gas, I turned these lines upside down and drained them. Had to give the evap canister a little break. This popped out of it, so watch for it when it comes out. Just snap it back down into the end in the slot, just like downtown. I've put grease all over the top of the module, especially around the wire connectors and down in this trough around just generally all over the lines. Turn the pressure sensor, get under there yet, slowly. And I've finished the O-ring over top of the float arm. And I put a little small wire to hold those 2 lines up against the bottom of the tank down in there. And I dropped the pump, got the float past those 2 pipes. And now I just need to hook those 2 pipes up. I want to make sure not to tear up the O-ring or stretch it out of whack where it won't set in its sealing area. It looks kind of big. Anyway. Make sure these pipes are above the float. And start the pipes up on straight. Until it locks on. Get the other one out from underneath the tank and go ahead and unlatch that side since it's locked on. Make sure this clip is inside of that one and didn't come off with the pump like I usually do. And I think I'll go ahead and unlatch it. More wire. And make sure the O-ring's over both of these pipes and slip it on there straight. and give it a little tug. You do not want to have to come back in here over that popping off. And finally pull the O-ring up. Make sure it's not getting all distorted. Feed whatever lines need to down in there. Make sure the pump is orientated. Like I say, look down in there and make sure your float isn't over top of those lines, or you're going to have a problem with the fuel level. I think I'm going to check it real quick right now. And the float arm is free and clear to navigate. And it's not unlocked from the hinge. Looks good. The O-ring is down in its track. It's dirt free. And it's down all the way around. I just need to push the pump down and center it as best I can with the opening. Square it up, push it down in there. For some reason this one was catching on the side of the tank flash. Hold it down and slip this ring past the lines. Line the ring up till it drops in and give it a little twisting. And the grease and stuff, make sure it don't generate any spark. I'm going to just take a hammer, blunt screwdriver. The ring's not too bad to go down. You can catch on these outer edges or the slots as long as you don't tear them up too much. Be sure and do it 180 degrees apart. Until these notches are lined up with these tab notches in the center. I just generally check to make sure there's a clearance around the center ring to the module that's pretty equal. But once it's in those notches, it's not going anywhere. Now pull these caps off and put a little oil on them to accommodate the O-rings inside of these. And check and make sure they're not loose on these pipes when you slide them on there. If they're loose, the O-rings damaged in these pipes, and they'll have to be picked out and replaced with equivalent. It sits in that clip there. Slide that one on there. Start it in straight till it locks on. Feels tight. And that one's sitting on this track. Feels good and tight. This is actually an evap line anyway. Lock it down. Now this is a pressure line. It's one that matters super matters that it fits tight. Slide it on there straight so you don't drag any dirt and lift up on the clip if it needs to. It'll feel good. I think I've had to put an O-ring in that one before. And lock your clip down, pull on the lines just a little bit, make sure they're good. Alright, piece is ready to go back up underneath of there. Lock the clips down, put the lines in their acceptable spots. Check for any damage to any of the lines. It's too late if it's installed with the lines busted. Yeah, hang on to this stuff. You never know when you need it. Keep dirt out of things. Looks good. Spread some grease around a little bit. Slow the rust down. Just don't get it inside of the wire connectors necessarily. Good to go. I put a fabric bag between the body so don't worry about that heat shield hitting the paint job. The rest is stick the front of the tank up in that metal wedge and raise it back up, allowing for the evap lines to steer those around the rear end as it goes up. Once you get it up, the top of it up above the rear end just a little bit, go ahead and plug the wire harness back into the fuel pump and raise the tank on up about 2/3 of the way and slide it sideways and plug this front line in, both of them. Then raise the tank on up and plug the rest of the lines and snap any clips to the lines back into place. But once the tank's all the way up, go ahead and put the straps back on, bolt them down to the frame, put the fill neck back on it, tighten your clamps down, fill the tank back up, and you're home in time for cornflakes.